Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be talking about different forms of energy and energy transformations and energy transfers. So energy is something that is all around us, and energy is defined as the ability for something to do work. And you're probably thinking, what the hell does that mean? Well, that means that energy has the ability to move or displace something or change it. So there's a lot of forms of energy. There are kinetic, thermal, sound, light, mechanical, electrical, gravitational, elastic, and nuclear energy. And energy can be, or all these forms of energy can be categorized into two different categories, which is potential energy and kinetic energy. So potential energy is stored energy based on uh, relative placement. So if something is high up off the ground, it has more potential energy than something that is low to the ground. And some examples of potential energy is elastic energy, nuclear energy, chemical energy, and gravitational energy. And the reason that these forms of energy are considered potential is because they're not like actively moving. So like with gravitational energy, if you're high up somewhere, like in the video, the guy was going bungee jumping. So for instance, like him being up high on that bridge, he has a lot of potential energy, and gravity is just like waiting to push him down to the ground. And the same thing goes with elastic energy. Elastic energy is like when you pull like a rubber band back, it has a lot of stored energy, but it's not moving, so that is potential energy. And then some examples of kinetic energy is light, sound, thermal, electrical, and mechanical energy. And kinetic energy is moving energy. So like with sound and energy, sound is generated through like moving like moving sound particles that move to your ear that generate sound. Same thing with electrical energy. It is a bunch of charged electrons moving through a wire or something to create an electric charge. There is also the law of conservation of energy. This states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. So that means that energy is a constant in our universe. What that means is, like, for example, burning like wood. The wood is going to put off thermal energy, sound energy, and light energy, and that's all being dispersed, and it's changing forms. Same thing with like what's another good example? Like a catapult, like last video. When the catapult's arm is drawn back, it has a lot of stored potential energy, and that potential energy is going to transform into kinetic energy when the arm shoots forward and throws whatever's in the arm or the basket or whatever. So that's how energy can be transferred. Also, when movement is involved, there's usually some form of friction involved. And friction is pretty much just when two surfaces rub up against each other, and friction is an opposing force to movement. So if you're moving to the right, then friction is going to be moving to the left, trying to oppose the motion. And friction also generates heat or thermal energy. So yeah, and as I said, some energy turns into other forms. So I know, like, in the video we had to watch, the guy that was bungee jumping, he was saying that, like, when he was up on the platform, he had a lot of potential energy, and then when he jumped off, that turned into kinetic energy because he was falling. And the reason that you don't just bounce up and down for eternity is because some of that energy is also transformed into like sound energy, like the sound of the chord or whatever it may be. But yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.